Hello friends, welcome to my humble homestead. My name is Trina, and here I like to teach you how to do easy meals from scratch. Take what we can grow and turn it into healthy home style meals. Continue with the Every Bit Counts challenge, which is brought to us by Jessica from Three Rivers Home. Many of us are taking this month to preserve things that we grow from local farmers, and we preserve our food so that we can eat through the winter, save a lot of money, just eat healthily. Today I'm going to just do a couple things in the kitchen. I do work today, but I made this pesto. I'll link below. This last week before, they're kind of all running together. I'll link it below. When I was preserving the zucchini and some other herbs and stuff out of my garden, so I made this pesto. I have this one that I just saved, and I'm going to make some pasta. I have a chicken breast that I thawed out in my fridge. I'm going to take that with some veggies and just make up a pasta pesto that I can have for this week for meals. Then I have some cream from my dairy, and I wanted to try to make some ice cream out of it. I'm super excited. A friend at work sent me instructions because I found an old ice cream machine in my garage, and I was going to clean it up and see if I could use it, and it's just, I think I'm going to throw it. It just doesn't look like it's cleanable. It's salvageable. I might take it out in the backyard and just let it soak in some vinegar for a while, but I don't know. Well, she sent me a couple ways that I can make it just at home with using a baggie or using a container in the freezer. So I'm going to try it out here with you, and we're going to see. It looks pretty easy. One is shaky, shaky, shaky method in a baggie, and the other one is just putting it in a container in the fridge and stirring it like every hour until it's done. So I'm going to try that. We're going to see how that works out, and just have a couple of recipes that I'm going to put together before work. So if that interests you, come along. And I really thank you guys so much for your support. I am just so thrilled that you guys are enjoying the content that I'm putting out. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really, really, really appreciate that. You're hitting that thumbs up, that like button, which is getting this material out to others. So I really appreciate your support in doing those things. So thank you so much. All right, let's get going. So I have some water boiling on the stove to make some pasta. To get started for the ice cream, I am going to take, I think all my measuring stuff's in the dishwasher. All right, so in a large baggie, I'm gonna get some ice. Ice and salt in here. All right, and then in the small baggie it says to take a cup of the cream. There's a cup, and I'm gonna put it in the baggie. And then I'm going to try to keep this a little bit low carb, keto friendly. So it says to take a couple tablespoons of sugar. I'm going to use monk sweetener. You guys can use sugar. I'm just trying to keep the carbs low for me. A tablespoon of monk sweetener for myself. I have it, so I'm going to use it. And some vanilla. Now I have a couple strawberries from the garden I thought about throwing in there, but I want to try just the vanilla first and see how it is. So I'm just going to take my vanilla here. So glad I'm going on a cruise and November. I need to stock up on my vanilla. I'm just hanging on with it. All right, so now I'm going to get all the air out of this baggie here. And this is going to go into this one here, which I'm going to shake for like 7 to 10 minutes until it turns into ice cream. Pretty similar to what we do for butter, but because it's an ice, it's going to turn into ice cream. Then in this container here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put some vanilla in there, and I'm going to put a little bit of the sweetener in there. There we go. And then this one, I'm just going to shake it up, and I'm going to put this in the freezer, and I'm going to stir this one about every hour, and I'll check it. So this one will take longer. This one will take about 10 minutes. That's how easy it is. So this one, I'm just gonna like shake it up, and I will come back and show you what we have. And then we'll get on with our pesto pasta. See you soon. Okay friends, I'm literally like dripping. Let me show you what I have here. So I put it in a glass container because it started like leaking out a little bit. So I put it just like in a, you can use a Tupperware or something. But so it literally started turning thick. It's still soft here. So it's still like soft serve. I'm gonna put it in the freezer for the rest of the time because I have to work like in 30 minutes and I wanna get this pasta done. So I'm gonna try it. Oh, it's like the best, creamiest vanilla ice cream I've ever had. So I am going to cover and put this in the freezer, and then I'm going to chop up my vegetables and chicken, and then I will show you how I put this pasta together before work. All right, thanks so much for watching, you guys. Okay, well, I'm going to see how the other one turns out, but boy, if it's a hot day and you have some kids that you want to get some wiggles out, that would be a fun way for them to do it. They could all make their own individual kind of ice cream. All right, we'll see you soon, everybody. Okay, friends, so I have my chicken here. I took my pasta out, and I'm just literally going to use the same pot, save on dishes, and I'm browning my chicken in with some avocado oil here. And once this gets nice and brown, I'm going to remove this, and then I am going to brown the vegetables that I just roughly chopped up in this pan here. And I just grabbed some fresh herbs out of the garden. I grabbed some sage, basil, oregano. I'm just going to throw a little bit of that in there. Not too much because I do have my pesto that I have. I don't have a ton of I don't have a full order of the pesto, so that's why I grabbed a few more of the herbs. So I'm just going to let this brown up here. And then once this chicken is cooked through, I will remove this onto a plate, and I will get my vegetables cooking for a few minutes. Okay, now I'm going to throw the vegetables in with the herbs. I took out the chicken. So let's just throw those in here. I normally would do them in segments, but because I'm kind of in a rush at this point, I'm going to just throw them all in. And let's use the crispies off the bottom from the chicken. And you can just use whatever kind of vegetables you have. That's what I use, whatever I just pick out of my garden. Whatever's fresh at the time. I had some broccoli, some more yellow zucchini, some green peppers, just a couple cherry tomatoes, and onion. And that's what I threw in there. And some herbs. Just a little bit more avocado oil in there. Those get nice and tender. And then I'm going to throw the pasta and the chicken in and the pesto. And add a little more salt. A little bit more pepper. Once these are done, then I will come back and show you how I add the rest in here. See you in a moment. Okay, now I am going to add the pasta back in here that I cooked. And then I'm going to add the chicken back. And now I'm going for the pesto. Oh, if you could smell this. Oh my goodness, you guys, if you could smell it. And I'm going to taste it and see if I need to add some Parmesan into it. Easy as that. And then I have some leftover pasta to make a pasta salad that I can use my relish with. Okay, everybody, I'm going to go for a bite and see how it is. We ready? Oh my goodness, it's so good. That chicken is just tender. And that pesto is amazing. That is just so good. I will link the video below on how to make that pesto. Super easy. 5 minutes before I have to start work. So that whole thing was put together in under 20 minutes. Here's some Greek chicken that I had in a freezer meal. I just made the Greek chicken on low in the slow cooker, and then I just poured it over some riced vegetables, and I am going to keep it in the fridge and have it for the next couple days of meals. Easy breezy meal prepping. Hi friends, I am going to be working on some drinks. It is gnarly humid out. So I was thinking about going and working out in the greenhouse, but you know, I'm just going to make sure I feel good for the week that I have to work. So I cleaned out my Keurig. I'm just going to use up the rest of this coffee that I had brought back from my last trip from Mexico. And I'm going to make some coffee, kombucha, and I'm going to get this water kefir bottled up here. And then I have this water kefir here that I need to process. So it's going to just be a morning of getting some drinks taken care of. And if I feel better later, I would like to cut up this watermelon that I got. And I saw on one of the homesteading channels how to make watermelon rind jam. I'm gonna do some pickled rind, but that looked even better. So we'll see if I get to that. If not, I'm not gonna sweat it. I'm just gonna sweat it. Haha, it's really sweaty outside. I didn't even mean to do that. But I'm gonna go ahead and just work on these drinks. This one has been a good favorite with the ginger root and the lemon balm. I don't have any lemon balm outside right now, so I think the next one I'm gonna just make some grape for the next one until I can maybe get some more lemon balm grown and then do that. I have been drinking this one. It's so good. It tastes like a really yummy lemon lime. So that's kind of been my favorite. All right, so we'll get on with these. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. My name is Trina. This is my humble homestead where I try to make things that are simple from scratch, that we can use food to help heal our bodies. And if that interests you, then just like and share and watch some other videos that can help you do that simply. Thanks so much. See you in a bit. So friends, what I'm doing here is I am cup by cup, I'm brewing up some coffee here, just regular coffee. We don't want flavored coffee. Now, if you guys have a coffee pot where you can do a whole pot at a time, that would be much quicker for you. I just have a Keurig because it's just me and I don't drink a lot of coffee. So I just am I'm going to be filling this. I probably go, 3/4 of a way up with this. And then I'm going to let it cool down to definitely room temperature, because when we add our SCOBY in here, which this is my coffee hotel. Look at all those beautiful SCOBYs in there. That I have coffee SCOBYs in here, and I'm going to put that into my coffee and make a coffee, which I really enjoy. It's I was concerned the first time I made it. I wasn't sure if it was going to taste bitter or vinegary, and it really doesn't. I like to put it over ice with some cream and milk or coconut milk, depends on what I have, if I have the fresh milk. This SCOBY hotel here is one that I use for the tea. To be honest with you, I haven't been really drinking this. Now that I really enjoy the water kefir better. I don't know, I'm going to see if you can freeze those or what you can do, because I have not really been making regular kombucha. I have not been. I'm being honest. I really am into my water kefir. It's so easy and fast to make it. I just make it overnight, and then I've been really enjoying that every day. I'm going to get this coffee going. I'm going to let it sit, and then for me, 1 cup at a time, and then I'm just going to let it sit here and cool down to room temperature. And then I'll add my SCOBY in there, and then I just let it sit for about 5 to 7 days. And then that's perfect. And then that's kind of my iced coffee drink, which I really enjoy. So I will show you after I get back. Hi, welcome back, friends. This is Trina, and I'm just continuing to get my drinks going. You all know that I like my drinks, and this is a great way to have some delicious drinks. Saving money. Drinks are so expensive. Oh my goodness. We were at the lake, and so the kids, Ryan and my grandson, took the jet ski over, and then my daughter-in-law and I drove over, and we met at a coffee shop. And just to get like one specialty coffee, it was like $10 for one coffee. It was fine just to splurge, but you can tell I don't go out for coffee. So just doing this coffee kombucha, it's like an ice brew. So and then, I don't drink soda, but this is, it tastes like a great like ginger ale / lemon lime. So delicious. So I do have videos on how to start your own SCOBY. I can link that below. And this is just so good for gut health. I know I do have videos on gut health too, and why we want probiotics into our diet. I was at the neurologist yesterday, and I saw a new nurse practitioner. I really liked her. And she's really looking for videos on meal prep, the freezer meals, and the things I do. So I'll link that playlist below too, in case you're watching this. But we touched briefly on the kefir water, because a lot of people haven't heard about kefir water, and it's so easy to do, especially if you have children or yourself, you're trying to get off soda. And my son and I went out to lunch too, and we were talking about this. So this is how you do it. I have videos on how to do it, but I'm going to show you just a really quick way. So this, if you see here, has the Kefir Grains on here. Now, let me grab this. The very first time I got Kefir Grains, I ordered these on Amazon. It's empty now because I used them, and I'm saving this in case somebody needs some Kefir Grains, because Once you start making kefir water, they multiply because these are living. They're living organisms that make probiotics, just kind of like yogurt has. And so when I get too many, what I started doing is I started dehydrating them and then freezing them, because they last, they say, up to 6 months in your freezer, but I know people who have had them for a year. So I've been doing that for myself and then for others that need them. But for the first time, you can just get this and then start a smaller. The first time I did it in just a quart jar, and then I just increased, and now I do it in a half a gallon. And this is the one I just added in here. I just strain it out. This is my like lemon lime one I do with fresh ginger and the lemon balm. Now, if you don't grow lemon balm, I thought about doing it with just lemon. That would probably be good. Lemon, lime, and some fresh ginger. I bet that would be delicious too. Still out of breath, everybody. It's still so humid in the air. So as I talk and breathe. So what I do is then, so this is just, I'll show you how I make it. This is just the water and but what I do is I just strain it out here. Strain the kefir grains into. So this is the second fermentation here. This is, we're gonna flavor this. I'm gonna make grape. This one is one of my absolute favorites. This is the first one I did, and it literally tastes just like grape soda. I am not joking you. All right, so, but what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put the kefir grains back in. We'll get this one started so you see. So I literally, and now if you don't wanna save and freeze them and you start getting a lot of kefir grains, so if you have animals, you could put like a tablespoon of this in your give it to your animals as a treat. I know people give them to their chickens because it's great probiotics for them. Or if you feel like you need a boost, you can just take a spoonful of them and eat them yourself. There we go. And now, just to start another batch, what I do is I just take some non-chlorinated water. I literally just take it out of I have a filtration in my fridge, and I just fill it up like that. And then now, yes, we use sugar. Sugar is what feeds the kefir grain. Kefir grains eat the sugar, and that's what makes the probiotics. So even though we add sugar to it, it's not gonna be like a super sugary drink. And those of you that watch your carbs, I even try to watch my carbs too. And those of you who don't want to give sugar, and like me, white sugar is a trigger for my migraine, so I don't even generally like to have white sugar. This does not affect me because the white sugar gets eaten up by the kefir grains. So I put a half a cup in here. The reason why I put a half a cup is because I don't like it real vinegary. So, and then plus I can let it sit two or 3 days if I don't get to it right away, which generally does happen. I've even gone 4 or 5 days. I do try to get to it at 2 days. And then I just take a little bit of molasses. I don't like mine really molasses, like a lot of molasses flavor, and I don't notice that. So I just take a little bit, maybe a teaspoon or less. And it also just takes some minerals. If you don't have molasses, so molasses is a superfood. I have a video on that too. You can get some blackstrap molasses. It's amazing. It's not very expensive. I get this by the gallon, but if not, you can use some really good salt or something else that has, you know, some minerals in it. So you don't have to. This is just really good. I always have it in my house. So I just add a little bit of that and I mix it up. A lot of people actually mix their molasses, sugar, and some water in a separate container. I never have. It's less dishes. It's worked fine. And then I take a coffee filter and a rubber binder, keeps the bugs out and lets it breathe. And there, that's it. It sits. It's done. It's good. Now, if you don't have coffee filters, the reason why I use coffee filters is because I don't have a coffee pot and I have these. So I use them for that. I also use them to strain my yogurt until they're gone. I have like a big Costco pack. I used to have a coffee maker. I've had them for so long. Where I used to live, I used to have a coffee maker. So I use those. You can use just a tea towel or something like that. All right, so that's that. Now here's my coffee. This is my coffee. I literally am just gonna let it sit all day and let it cool. And then I will just put my coffee SCOBY, just one of these. I have more than one. I'll put my coffee SCOBY in here. I will cover it the same way with a coffee filter and a rubber binder. and I will let this sit. This one sits for 5 to 7 days. Kombucha does take a little bit more time to ferment. So that, and then that I will have over ice and flavor it however I want. Usually I just put some coconut milk, or if I have fresh dairy, I put that and some cream and some ice, and it is delicious. This one I'm having now. I usually put this over ice, but it came out of the fridge and I just didn't feel like it, so I didn't. So I tried to use up all my Mexican coffee. I still have some left, but my sister, they went on an Iceland and European cruise, and so she brought me a couple times, so I'm super excited to try this, but I need to use up what's open first. All right, so that is this, and then this is the second ferment that I'm gonna do. I was literally just gonna close it. So for this, I'm gonna make grape. So now you can use whatever kind of fruit or fruit juice. I used before, I even had some organic black cherry juice, and I put this and some almond extract. Somebody said it's supposed to taste like Dr. Pepper. It wasn't my favorite. It was good, but it wasn't my favorite. I am not a real big Dr. Pepper fan. So when I drink Dr. Pepper, I drink Diet Dr. Pepper. This was a while ago. I don't drink soda now, but this is, getting away from it. So, but I love this one, this ginger and lemon. This one is so good. And this one, the grape, oh my goodness. This one, literally, if you like grape soda or if you want to get your kids off. So this one, I sweeten it with 100% grape juice. You can use grapes. I'm growing grapes, but I just started them, so I don't have grapes yet. So I literally put maybe like a quarter of the bottle of grape juice in there. 100% grape juice. And then I close it in an airtight container. So this, if you don't have an airtight container, you can just literally seal it in one of these. Put it in my fridge, and tomorrow it will be ready. That's it. And it gets fizzy, like soda pop. So it is amazing. So that is how we make our kefir grain. Let me move this out of the way. That is how we make our kefir grain drinks. And it's kefir grain water, and I made one of these. I had a video called I Can't Believe It's Good For Me, because I can't. It's so delicious. So this is me getting my drinks done today. All right, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for your support. Give it a thumbs up. Have a great day. Be blessed. See you next time. Bye.